The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
This is a man's world. This is a man's. This is a man's world. This is a man's world.
Yeah, that opening song, Tyrone Davis, Are You Serious? That was like a great stepping record in Chicago.
Oh, you a DJ now?
Yeah, I'm a DJ, yeah.
So what's the weather and the traffic now?
And for y'all,
Can I play my song?
and for y'all listening to that, you know, y'all youngins and all of that, I probably smashed a lot of y'all grandmamas off of that record.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Tyrone Davis.
Tyrone Davis, yo, yeah. In the Mood. Are You Serious? Yeah, I smashed a lot of y'all grandmamas off of that one.
Now you had Tyrone Davis, Clarence Williams,
Jerry Butler,
Bobby Womack, Bobby Blue Band,
B.B. King, ZZ Hill, remember Down Home Blues. Yeah, Bobby Blue Bland.
yeah, I'm saying that era, those singers.
Yeah,
Otis
Johnny
Redding.
Taylor.
Yeah, Johnny Taylor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your Love is Rated X. Yeah, those words, you know, they were lyricists.
Oh, for
They
sure.
sang back then. You know, they make you sing to your woman when you know your woman broke your heart. The man pleaded to get her back.
Isley Brothers.
Yeah, we don't have that nowadays. These young boys, this new generation, they don't make music like that.
Nah.
You know, as I've gotten older, it's like so many comics have said in the past, is that I don't listen to as much rap music anymore.
I still listen to the classics.
Yeah, back in the 90s and all that. It's a few hits that I listen to. It's a few young guys that I do like. But, you know, the rest of them, nah, I just play my old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, with meaning and all of that. So, yeah, so that was one of our jams, Chicago, that we just hit the floor, the steppers. You had to know how to step when that one came on.
Yeah.
You had to know how to step, or you just set your ass down and just watch and learn. You know, Tyrone Davis, Are You Serious? Yeah.
Now, when did you start stepping?
As soon as I came out my mama's womb,
Okay.
I stepped my ass right off that table, and I got to dancing. No, my mom, we used to watch my mom and my dad step when we was like maybe 6 or 7, you know? And then we learned, because back then you put a towel around the door handle,
Okay.
and that's how you learn how to step. Cause you
Oh, that's your
control-
dancing partner.
Yeah, the door was the dancing partner.
Okay.
And then you learn how to spin. You know, when you let the door close, you wouldn't let it catch and lock because you pull it back.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how you learn how to do your steps and all that. And then you took it to school. See, so by 6th, 7th grade, when they was having school dances or when they was having birthday parties at kids' house, you had to learn how to step.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so and then it was like James Brown, JB's,
Yeah.
JB Monorails, you know, Pass the P, Give Me More Peas. That was a great class in stepper. So you had to learn how to step, you know, if you want to be in the cool, you know.
So you went to the club or whatever they call you, doorknob, because you had to.
Oh yeah. I had a smooth step, man. Oh man, I knew how to turn them girls, man. I knew how to
Okay.
turn them women, yo. And in turn, it was this big kid. They used to call him Skinny Black. You know, he was fat, but that motherfucker knew how to step though.
Yeah.
But he sweated so profusely.
Okay.
You know, he had his little towel. And when he turned the chick, he put the towel in her hand and she wiped him down. He was smooth with it though, man. He was smooth with it, you know. So here we are today, another rendition of In a Man's World. I'm sitting in for the moderator, Louis Dix. I'm Jeff Arnold. Louis is in Miami. He's doing comedy. He's with Guy Torrey.
He's on assignment.
Yeah, so no, he's in Miami. I mean, he's working. So they got 2 great shows tomorrow night. So if you're in the Miami-Dade area, go and check them out. Please go and check them out. Louis Dix and Guy Torrey.
What club is it? You know?
It's at the Miami Improv.
Miami Improv.
Miami Improv. They have 2 shows, 7 and I believe 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 shows Friday and 2 shows Saturday. Have you talked to him? And to my left is my homie from way back. He needs no intro.
Teeter.
There you go. And it was interesting because when we got the text, it was like, we need Louis, but, we don't need Louis, But he's a valuable part of the show. Have you spoken with him about his job?
About the football coach?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'll wait till he gives you that news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was excited about that.
Well, I mean, he got it.
Well, no, I texted him. He didn't respond back because he gave me so much shit because on the interview I went to that allegedly I can't, ever be hired by his school that he works at now ever again because I wore a suit and tie. Okay. So I texted him and I asked him if he had wore a suit and tie in preparation because that's how growing up, that's how we dress for a job interview.
Well, it's basketball. You want to go into the goddamn Laker camp, nigga?
I mean, but I was just trying to make an impression. I just like, okay.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, I'm coming in suit and tie because that's the way I was taught and brought up for a job interview. You represent, and this is, you walk in, letting them know that you want a job. Okay. Some jobs that I had, that I did interview out here when I went, some jobs I just left. Okay. Even before I got to the interview. Because I saw how, young men were dressing coming in. They would wear slides, flip-flops, T-shirts, sweatpants, and I was just like, oh, okay, do-rags. So I was just like, okay, this ain't the job for me. It's like that.
You were suited and booted to go to Burger King?
Hey, man. But I came across a job. Luckily, I came across a job that I found and that I had the opportunity and I fell in love with as a stage manager because I got to wear shorts. Yeah. And the Cali weather, so I got to wear shorts, while I was working, So Louis will be back with us next week. Like I said, he's in Miami. If you're in the Miami-Dade area, go check him out. Speedy, and Guy Torrey. I guess Speedy's still touring, getting ready to shoot his special. So I didn't get a call to work on that one. So no telling with him. The 2 replacements, they were working, so they couldn't join us tonight. So it's me and my man here, and we going to hold it down for you all in a man's world.
Nigga, I'm here too. Just kidding.
See, your wife is here, so you showing off.
Yeah.
Has she not been...
really, babe.
I'm here too.
It wouldn't be shit without me.
And behind the board, skateboard D.
Yes, sir.
You see this picture in the promo. I don't know why.
Yeah, he had to be, Well, we glad you're here with us tonight, man.
Absolutely.
So, my week was good.
Okay, talk about it.
Yeah, I took out my trash. I got parking. I got both parking spaces.
So in
front of my house and across the street.
So the neighbors,
I guess visitors
are gone and everything?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So I got it's right in front of my house. So even it's an older man and his older girlfriend. They used to park in front of my house. Now they park across the street, down the street. Okay. So both spaces are available in front of my house.
Oh, so you won the parking war.
Yeah, I won the parking war. Yeah, man. So and
now you ain't got nothing to do.
So I took out my trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I saw that squirrel. I wanted to give him a name. That motherfucker be shooting up that tree chasing that bird. And it's just it's like watching Tom and Jerry. Yeah. Yeah, and that motherfucker just he's desperate to catch that bird.
Call him Squirrely.
Hey man, that motherfucker be doing flips. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, he crashing out right now.
Seen a lot of wild animals now. Coyotes and stuff.
In the hood.
Roaming around, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, up at Runyon, I was up there and they had a mountain lion watch. Yeah. So they was just like, watch out for mountain lions. And I'm like, damn, they're like, yeah, they're coming down right now. So it's just like that. And that's kind of fucked up. So how was your week?
I'm alive.
As you should be. Glad you are.
Yeah, I went to the gas station, right?
Okay.
So, the crazy dude is out there harassing everybody at the pumps. So I'm on the far left side. He on the right side.
Okay, pump number what?
I think I'm on pump 18.
Now, do you know where your gas tank is? Is it on the driver's side? Is it on the other side?
Well, when you're in the car, there's a gas pump symbol to let you know what side of the
That is on.
side that is on.
Okay, all right.
So for those who don't know, because people are like, damn, what am I? It's right there by the gas. It lets you know what side. Yeah.
Right, the door opens up.
Gas tank is on. So it's a car in front of me. So I say he's at pump 16. So my man is harassing everybody by pump 3, 4, and 5 over there. But he making his way over.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna get a chance to fill up and do what I gotta do before he make his way. So my man in front of me, right, he's the terrorist color.
Uh-oh.
So he making his way over there. He doing all that. So my man said, fuck the rest of that gas. He just took the nozzle, threw it on the ground, jumped in the car. Because by the time my man got to the door, he closed the door. He was out of there. So now he coming to me. And then he kind of, like, brother, can you just help me out? I just need something. Man. Can I get a water or something? I said, I got you. Now, the young lady, she works there at night.
Right.
And she's by herself.
Okay.
So, we always have a little conversation. I say, be safe. She said, you be safe. So I finished up. And then he was walking back, towards the inside. So I'm waiting. I'm looking to see if he going to, harass her or whatever. But she was only by the door. No, don't come in here with that. No, don't come in there with all that. So I just went in the car and I got me a bottle of water. And I just walked over there to him. I said, look, leave her alone.
Okay.
Here's a bottle of water. He said, thank you, my brother. I said, leave her alone, because if I hear about anything going on, and
I know where you at.
I'm gonna have to put hands on you.
Uh-oh.
He said, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. But then the Mexican lady, she's like, every day, same thing, every day. But that was my first time seeing him.
Right.
And then I'm coming through the city. Then I see him in the middle of the street a couple of days. He in the middle of the street just going crazy. I'm like, what is he on? What's on out here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be careful at the gas station because they snatching women and
they doing all kind of shit, man.
It's,
And you got to, especially those, you got to be careful though when you paying by credit card. You got to make sure that they don't have what they call that double
scammer.
That double scammer on there.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you got to get a screwdriver. Sometimes you got to lift it up, because sometimes that first one that's on there, that's what takes all your personal information, and that's what those scammers be using.
Yeah.
So you got to double check when you go there and just make sure that you lift it up.
But that's why I go there, because you can still go in at night and pay. But the rule of thumb is if the yellow strip, protection strip, or the red strip is not on the pump or broken off the pump, that is probably one on there.
A scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always pay cash. So you can't go wrong when you pay cash.
And here's the thing too, right? You go to the store and it's already a marked price on it.
Right.
And then they try to charge you more than what's on the actual price.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, we're not doing that today, home. I said, I'm going to report you. He's like, this time for you?
Yeah.
I said, no, this time for me every time.
Yeah. And that's what we got to.
Are you experiencing that, Skateboard D? A markup?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes when I go to those stores for blunts, sometimes it's $1, sometimes it's $1.50, sometimes it's $2, depending on which person's working the counter.
Okay. You go to different spots or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Different spots. Sometimes when I go to the same spot, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like there's one girl who don't really speak. She don't really speak too well, so she just be grabbing shit. Like I have to like tell her which one to grab, and then
name
hand it
that
to me, and then she'll be like $1.
Name
so
that
I like
item.
when it's her, because it's just an even $1 for a pack of blunts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then for the other ones, it'd be like $1.50 or $1.25 or sometimes even $2.
Yeah, they be making up prices.
They
like,
do.
man.
They do. They don't be ringing shit up. They just be typing it in the calculator.
Right.
But you got to also let them know though, because they in our neighborhood,
Right.
and I mean, they so disrespectful at times. and you got to put them in their place.
Very disrespectful.
I mean, they'll talk to you any kind of way because they behind that bulletproof glass.
And they hate the job too, so they be sitting there miserable.
Yeah, and the thing about it, it's like, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna, before we get into our main topic tonight, it's the power of the vote. What's at stake? Because what the Supreme Court just did earlier this week, when they just gutted the Voting Rights Act. So we're gonna talk about that. But before we get to that, it's like so many distractions are going on in the world right now.
Okay.
I mean, to keep our mind, to keep our eye and our mind off the prize. And the prize is the Epstein files, because everybody is pushing for that to come out, unredacted. So they want the whole version. They want to have everything, So, I mean, like last Saturday, you had the White House Correspondent dinner. His third failed attempt assassination.
Yeah.
So this is 3. So by, the most by any president, so it's just like, what did you think of that? When I saw it, I just knew it was a production.
Well,
it just looked like a production.
Well, the young man, they say he's from out here from Torrance.
Torrance, yeah.
The Secret Service and all them. You let the dude just run by you.
Sprint. I mean, I did the White House I did the White House National Christmas Tree lighting for a few years with the Obamas.
Yeah.
And the security precautions that you have to go through.
Right.
When the president is in town and he's at the White House, you can't get on that
Pennsylvania
street.
Avenue.
Yeah, you can't get on that street at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're so well protected. And I mean, for him to go into the Washington Hotel, now, first of all, what threw me off, he took a train. He took Amtrak from here to Chicago and then Chicago to D.C. So where did he get the guns? Did he bring them on the train? And if he did, how did he get past security with guns on the train?
Right.
And then how did you get past security in the Washington Hotel when they know you have every person that's in succession of the presidency. You have the president, the vice president, the House Speaker, and the Secretary of State. They're all in the same room at the same time.
Right.
That's kind of uncommon because normally they don't have the president and the vice president in the same vicinity or proximity at the same time. But you have all 4 of those people in succession of the presidency in that one ballroom. So when I saw my man sprint down there and then the Secret Service turned and like, okay, let's pursue him, I was just like, okay, another production. He failed, I just was like, okay, this is some bullshit.
So did they get a chance to eat dinner?
No, that's the crazy thing about it. Once he got off 4 shots.
Yeah, he hit somebody too, right?
He hit the Secret Service.
Yeah.
But then there was an old motherfucker sitting there eating. He didn't get up and move. They took a picture of him. That motherfucker
More gravy?
Yeah, he was enjoying his salad.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, though, what I was watching and we was witnessing, that whole ballroom became a crime scene. They didn't put up no tape. They didn't put up nothing. People were still in there talking and gathering and all that. Once they got the president out there and all that, people, the servers, they were like clearing off the tables. Then they showed, women stealing wine, putting it in their purses.
The champagne bottle.
Yeah, and I was like,
This ain't open.
yeah, this, like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So I just think, they just keep throwing us and they hitting us with distractions, Another distraction that we got this week was, of course, we hate to talk about it, but it's just like the Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion bullshit.
Okay.
Like,
what happened?
They broke up.
Oh, okay.
They both cheated on each other. So are you surprised? Like, I really don't give a fuck. But I mean, it was this one comic. I mean, he did a great bit on it. B.T. Kingsley up at the Laugh Factory.
B.T. is funny.
Yeah, he did a great bit on it, and he had all the men in the room cracking up, and somebody took a picture of all the women, how upset they were. So women are now starting to attack him and all that. So it's just another distraction. There's 2 fucking millionaires that cheated on each other. Who gives a fuck?
Have you heard about the hashtag cheat first?
You know what?
No, I haven't.
No. What is that?
I guess it's in. I guess Klay Thompson cheated on Megan, so a lot of girls are getting together, and I guess there's this hashtag cheat first thing where they're gonna women are gonna start cheating first before their men cheat on them.
Women been cheating.
Right.
Women been cheating. I mean, it's just like women. They become good at it. They got this shit down because when a man normally or allegedly cheats, it's always after the club. He's going to that girl's house or he's got a hotel room. He's going there after the club. A woman would cheat on you mid-morning because she would get up and she'd be like, oh, I got a doctor's appointment. I'm going to see my doctor. I'm going to see my gynecologist.
Yeah, they schedule it.
Yeah. So, and they go and meet whoever they cheating with at a hotel and then they go to work. So, I mean, cheating is like, it's a part of a relationship now.
Like we used to go play ball up at Balboa, right? So Balboa got the big parking lot. So we coming out there to like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you see dudes dropping the girls off at their cars, and picking them up at their cars right there. Like that was always the meeting spot. Cause we out there just chilling, hanging out, and watching. Like that ain't your wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I used to watch my dad cheat all the time. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and then growing up in that bar industry, you just saw nothing but cheaters in there. Men coming in there with different women and all of that. So I mean, when they first got together, I just said this shit ain't gonna last. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna last. I mean, so and then another distraction they throwing at us right now is the Usher Chris Brown
concert.
Yeah. Women are going crazy. They losing their fucking mind off of that. You know how much the tickets are? They thousands of dollars.
It's a great show.
I agree with this brother on TikTok. Like he said, I guess I'd be divorced. Because my wife thinks, if she think I'm going to spend $4,200 on the fucking ticket for 2 hours when we need shit done around the house, she out her fucking mind.
Mm-hmm. Everybody not in that situation.
Yeah, but I mean, where they getting the money from? The memes are now is like one woman was like, my man has set it off. The old guy, when he's like, hey, call me when you want that money. I ain't got time for that bullshit. It was the old guy that fucked Jada Pinkett Smith. Mm-hmm. He was the old guy. I forgot his name. But they got the memes like that. There's like, yo, this is who he is. So, that's another thing, man, is that distraction. It's just keeping it's just keeping us distracted with what's really going on. Like really the black community, like on Twitter and the internet, they're not really discussing like the Supreme Court thing. Another thing that's we being distracted is, did you know about Elon Musk, what he's doing now?
What's he doing?
This Colorado Supreme Court, he filed a civil case against them because he has an AI chat thing that he came out, and the Colorado Supreme Court said that his chat is unconstitutional.
The Gronk?
Yeah,
Gronk?
Because it discriminates primarily against black and black women.
Well, you have to program it for that.
Well, and that's what he said. He's showing it that they're violating his First Amendment right, that he should be able to just do whatever he wants to. Now, mind you, this is the same dude that came in with with President Trump with Doge, and he eliminated the DEI, all of that. Mm-hmm. And people are still going out buying Teslas. He's about to become the first trillionaire. With the Starlink.
He won't be the first trillionaire.
Huh?
He won't be the first.
You don't think so? Yeah. Or gazillionaire?
I mean, he can push it up to that, but you already got families who deal with natural minerals and all that stuff that's already had them numbers in the 80s. Right.
So, I mean, so we got to keep out, we got to stay focused on what's really happening right now. So, so you got any thoughts on that, D? Skateboard D?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't.
No. The missus is sitting next to you. What about you? What do you think about the Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion?
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, well, there you go.
I mean, everybody.
No, I think it's funny. I don't know. I think Megan is a trip though.
And they all are, man.
She exposing all of the shit that's going on. He's just kind of laying back, enjoying it all, I guess.
Yeah. So,
But the hate towards him is crazy.
it's nuts. So our topic tonight is the power of the vote and what's at stake. And it's just some simple facts, your voting right rulings. One is some protections that help stop racial discrimination in voting have been weakened. 2, states now have more control over how they run elections and draw voting districts. 3, it may be harder to challenge unfair voting maps in court. 4, certain communities could have less influence in elections depending on how the districts are drawn. 5, the rulings don't stop people from voting, but they can affect how much their vote counts. 6, local elections, city, county, state, may be impacted more than people realize. 7, the federal government has less oversight than it used to over some voting changes. 8, different states can now have very different voting rules and protections. And 9, the decisions will likely lead to more legal battles over voting rights in the future. And 10, the biggest impact isn't immediate. It's something that plays out over time in who gets elected and how communities are represented. So,
10 simple facts, huh?
10 simple facts. And I mean, what I think what the Supreme Court basically did was just like, fuck the black vote. The white vote is what really matters and counts. So they're trying to eliminate our vote completely. And they're trying to do it in the gerrymandering of the designing the districts. They're trying to make these counties that are black, like in Texas and all that, they're trying to make it more red. So people can, so white people have more voting power. So white people can now go into black communities where they were once, that line was drawn, but now the district has taken over because of the gerrymandering. So they can go in that district and now they can vote now in that district. So,
but it's under the assumption of, you moving pieces around. Now, for me, as people try to say, well, he was big enough for Trump and all that, because I know what's going on. Now, let me give you the backstory. When you come to federal and the money system, right?
Right.
If you were to rob a bank and you go out and buy a Ferrari or whatever, how would they know that you used that money from the bank robbery to buy that Ferrari? How would they know?
Serial numbers.
Right. Now, when you vote, are there serial numbers on your vote?
No. I think they are. Oh, they're trying to get voter ID now. They're trying to look at your license now.
No.
Okay.
When you get your copy that you voted and the copy that you turned in, are there serial numbers attached to it?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They're attached to it?
Yes.
I never seen it.
Yeah. Because I think that's how they keep track if you voted or not.
You think, or is it?
I'm sure that's how they keep track of how you voted.
No.
Yeah.
That's the situation. Now, who's counting these votes?
It's supposed to be humans. I mean, it's supposed to be hand counted.
But I'm trying to get an exact. Not that you have to know it an exact. What I'm saying is when it get murky like that, it's going to be murky like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I agree totally. I mean, it's just like.
So if you campaigning and I support your campaign and I give you $100 million, but you're going to go into this booth and give a free vote, it
don't add up.
It don't add up because you're going to come to me because I gave you money. Look, this is what I need.
Right.
And I'm on this side of the tracks and this is what we need. But you on that side of the track and you just gave a free vote. So you don't have really no say-so in how it
go anyway.
How it play out.
Yeah.
Anyway. But you have only shot you really got is locally. Because locally you can run up on these people that you put in office, Here's my thing, right? 96, 97, it was an insurance brokerage called FGS. The office for LA was on Venice and right in the same plaza where the Culver City where the In-N-Out Burger is.
Okay.
They was upstairs.
All right.
So it was your zip code and everything was how they billed you. If you lived in a bad zip code, then you had to pay more money for insurance.
Right.
Now, during that voting time, the vote passed 98% that it was unfair practices. But they still vetoed that vote, and a lot of the insurance companies left California.
Right.
98% passing. So even if you win, they still going to change the rules on you to not benefit you. So it's just hard for me to say that it's an exact science and they playing by the rules.
No, I mean, it's just like, like I was reading an article like Philly was blue. Now in the black community, Philly was blue. Now they flip red. Now they're trying to flip Chicago red right now because, black people, from what I'm listening and what I'm reading and what I'm hearing right now, it seems like we don't have a forefront person that we can put out there right now. Who's going to lead, who's going to be the nominee for the 28, presidential election? We need to have that person now.
Just look at all the votes and all the campaigning that's been in the past. They say one thing and they do another.
Always.
So why do you think it's going to change now?
It's not. I mean, that's why a lot of cities, Democratic cities, are now turning Republican. And like I was reading, Philly is one of those cities. I don't say black people are woke now. I just say black people now are tired of the Democratic bullshit. I mean, they still trying to impeach Trump going into his third year. That's the strategy that they're working on right now. It seems like that's what they're working on right now. We got to impeach him instead of, you're not going to impeach him. Let's just forget about that. Let's put him to the side. We still have our eye on the Epstein files, but let's get out here and let's talk about what's really, the causation of our communities. How can we uplift and better our communities right now? I mean, the main thing that should be on the ballot is reparations.
You're not going to get that. It's illegal.
How's it illegal?
As soon as it come up for, if they pass it, then other people are going to sue.
Well, other ethnicities,
they're going to sue.
But they already got theirs, though.
They're still going to sue.
The victims of Holocaust, they've been paid. Asian community that came over here that helped build the railroad industry, they got paid.
Because they already have a situation, they already have a system in place.
That's what they got to lead on, to me. That's what I feel that they have to lead on right now. They have to talk about reparations. Whether we're going to get it or not, they have to go up there and demand it and say, this is what I'm going to push through, and, we need reparations.
So what are they paying you for?
For our ancestors, for slavery. That if we had ancestors...
No, I said you. I didn't say nobody. I said, what are they paying you for?
I just said for my connection, my relationship to my ancestors who were slaves. I'm reaping from there. I'm collecting on their benefits.
And you got all their paperwork?
No. But I mean, I will have to get that, yeah. That's where you have to go through that family heritage and that family tree and that lineage to find out who were slaves and how far back in your family, your trilogy. That's what that's what I would be pushing right now.
I'm just saying, this how you talking about it right now, convoluted. They're not hearing none of that.
They're hearing that.
Caller!
Do you want reparations?
And do you want to go back to your family tree lineage?
Yes, I want reparations. How you doing, fellas?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hi. Good. This is Lisa from the East Coast. I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
I know.
What's
Lisa
up,
been
Lisa?
worried about you. How's everything? Because last time we talked to you, it was crazy. People losing their jobs. Please inform us.
How you doing?
I'm good. I was listening to poor Jeff try to struggle. So let me bring some clarification.
Thank you, Lisa. Jesus.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
No offense, brother. I love you.
No,
I love
none
you.
taken, but thank you. Go
She
ahead.
said she loved you.
I know. I do.
Okay. First of all, the Supreme Court ruling, which was expected in my world, because we knew that they were trying to knock down any black accomplishments that have occurred in the past 30 years.
Right.
So we were expecting it. And when I say we, I mean myself and a coalition of other black advocates that are working on the ground.
Okay.
There is no one leader anymore. We are all the leaders. It is on us. So we are going to elected officials, both national and local, and we are presenting our blueprint of what it is that we want. I have been to and attempted to speak with Republican and Democratic elected officials. Democrats have been great. They are listening. They're talking. They're actually funding a lot of the, 400 lawsuits that are going on right now that are opposing the Trump administration.
Right.
Democrats are actually funding a lot of them. They're providing information, intel. Republicans, not so much. I had one Republican House member tell me to my face that he wasn't going to do anything for black people because it would, quote, not look right to assist one race and not the others.
So let me ask you this real fast. So, in speaking with the Democrats that you have spoken to, what were some of the issues and the concerns that you brought up to them?
Well, first and foremost, I brought up the plight of the federal worker, since that was my original platform. Me being a federal worker and suffering under the foolishness that Russell Vought and the whole Trump administration has forced is ridiculous. We've been threatened and demeaned, and people were forced to leave their jobs if they weren't just outright fired. People have committed suicide. It's been a wreck. And the figure that you have of 350,000 people federal workers who've lost their jobs, that's relying on their numbers, and that's not the actual number. I will give you an actual fact.
Okay.
Just to give this to you.
Okay.
When Doge first came in, Doge went to every agency, and I think when I had left off, I told you they wanted to get the personal information off of each taxpayer. They wanted to get into the servers of each of the agencies.
Right.
That's the first thing. Second thing is they had a list of terms that they wanted to match up to the agencies. The list of terms were the programs, initiatives, and people that they wanted to get rid of. First on the list was DEI, which we knew. Second was LG, oh my goodness.
Yeah, the alphabet community.
The elemental P's.
Yeah.
Sorry. Third was black. Black people, black men, black women, black children. Fourth was BIPOC, which is Black, Indigenous, Person of Color.
Right.
Those were the orders. Not only did I see the list, so I know it exists, but there are two people from Doge who are actually a part of a deposition in one of the court cases that they admitted that there was a list that they took around to all of the agencies. And in the deposition, they not only had to admit what was going on, they actually provided a copy of the list. So
You have that list?
I do.
Okay. All right, I believe you.
Here's one thing, Lisa, I want to address that you spoke that has stuck with me when you said that we all need to be and create our own box. Now, with this voting situation coming up, what will be in that box for the general people that they're trying to discard
Right.
that you spoke about?
I'm not sure of your question. A box?
Yeah, you said that we all need to be in our own box. We need to contain ourselves in our own box. I don't know if you recall.
We need to be our own advocate.
Okay.
There's not going to be some leader, how there used to be, MLK or whomever.
Right.
We need to advocate for ourselves.
Okay.
So that means we need to go through the 5 different levels of government, which is the school board, the city, the county, the state, and federal.
Mm-hmm.
You need to contact the officials,
Okay.
meet with them, email them, call them, go to town halls, go to the council meetings. Start, especially local. Start local. What's going on in your world that you could use some assistance with? Mm-hmm. If you want a platform of a specific black platform where, okay, what exactly is this? What are we looking for as black people? Are we looking for reparations? I personally invite, and I have invited every black person who identified as Republican. I have asked them, go to, this is the perfect time for you to ask for reparations, because this is the only time since I want to say 1965 that there has been a complete majority for them to tap into. Right now, the Republicans hold the majority in the House, the Senate, the presidency,
Right.
and basically the Supreme Court.
Yep.
If Republicans or, in conservatives, whatever you want to call them, were serious about reparations, they could run it through right now if they wanted to.
Exactly.
But they don't, and they're not.
Okay.
So
The last time that the Democrats held a supermajority was in 1965. And that was that's when they were able to pass the civil rights bills. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for that type of momentum and for these issues to be passed specifically towards the black community, you don't just need the president. You don't just need a majority in either the House or the Senate. You need all of it. And you need a supermajority so that they don't need the other side. So you don't get that sort of opposition.
I hear you. All right.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, we got to wrap you up. We didn't have no music, but, thank you for all that information. And I would, I like going to my local council meetings in my neighborhood to see what's going on in my neighborhood, to keep abreast of everything. I like to attend those like once a month or every other month. So I'm getting more involved in that in my community. So I appreciate your call.
Absolutely, Lisa.
You doing good out there on the East Coast?
I am hanging in there. I see pictures of Trump everywhere in the city, so I try not to go in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I heard that. All right. Thank you for the call, Lisa.
No problem. Thank you, gentlemen. You guys have a good evening.
You too.
You as well.
And if you want to call in and chime in like Lisa and correct me, please, by all means, do. The number is 323-272-4041. Once again, the number is 323-272-4041. Yeah.
And that's a young lady in the thick of it. So
yeah. I mean, like she said, we're going to have to eventually, we're going to have a 4-person that's going to have to be our candidate that's going to have to lead that march in there. So they need to work on who that person is going to be now. Like she said, one of the things, that they need to talk about right now is reparations. I mean, other cultures and ethnicities are going to that's not fair and all that. But, like I said, the Holocaust, they got their reparations.
Well, Gavin Newsom shot it down twice.
Right.
In California.
Right. And he in the Democratic majority House. I mean, the Democrats passed it, and he came out and said he's all in favor of reparations, but just not in the form of cash payments. Mm-hmm. See, so right now, that's what we want is like, like in Jerry Maguire, show us the money. That's what we want right now. So if you have, we'll greatly appreciate your thoughts and your opinions. You can give us a call at 323-272-4041. All right. We moving on?
Can we? Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get that letter.
Yo, you need to watch your tone. Wife has got you charged up over that new house. Man, you a new man. You got a new skateboard?
How'd you know?
You got a new skateboard?
How'd you know?
Okay, there you go. All right, you gonna read the letter?
Hey, in a man world fam, I've been dating this woman for a couple of months. And at first, everything was cool. But lately, she's been asking me for money here and there.
Oh, wow.
Nothing crazy, but it's becoming a pattern. It's always something, a bill, her car, something unexpected. I hope because I got it like that. Plus, I care about her. But now I'm starting to feel like I'm being used. How do you know the difference between helping someone you are dating or getting played? Thanks, David C. in Oakland, California. Yada mean?
Oakland?
Yeah.
Getting played like that in Oakland?
Is she giving up the nappy dugout after each?
Well, he's not really in Oakland. He's in Fairfield.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
He's in the Oakland Hills.
Is she giving up that nappy dugout after each transaction? You know,
Fair exchange is no robbery.
Exactly, man.
He said a couple of months. So that's January, February, November, December, June, July, a couple of months.
Now, what do you do in that situation? Do you help her out?
If you're rocking with her.
He did say he cared about her.
Yeah, he's rocking with her. But it's a bill. It's her car. But for a couple of months, she had her bills in her car before she met you.
Right.
Right.
Somebody else was paying.
So now why are you putting that financial burden on me?
He said he got it.
He got it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, well then he shouldn't be complaining.
But how do you know the difference between helping someone you're dating and getting played?
It's just like male intuition, you know. You know, she using you for your money. You come on. We just like women have that intuition, men have that intuition as well. You know when you being
Everybody's
used.
not in tune to that.
Yeah,
that's why he's asking the question.
Yeah, but he should know though. As a man, you have
Especially
to know.
from Oakland.
Yeah, as a man, you should know if you being played or not. You could tell by her reaction after you give her money or after you pay her bill. You know, and if it's becoming more consistent, yeah, come on, man.
It's funny how when they need you, they so open and available.
Oh my God, yeah.
But then when it's on there, they doing their thing, you can't reach them.
Yeah, once once you start paying and they get caught up on their payments, then they become unaccessible. They like, all right, I'll get back to you. The text messages, they return a day or two later. When they need you, they texting you right back right away.
So that's a pattern.
Yeah. So you gotta recognize.
Have you guys dealt with this at all?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Come on, man.
Guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you dealt with it.
Obviously.
You dealing with it now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So do you feel you getting played?
No, my wife. I'm playing my wife. It's the other way around.
All right.
Oh, look at this guy.
I'm playing. I'm just kidding.
Don't have your ass.
Why you got your hand on the mic? Don't say nothing.
Don't have your ass sleeping in that van again.
Right.
No, I mean, as a man, you have to know. I mean, because they come to you first. It's like it's a little act that they, it's a guessing game.
But does she have kids? We don't know that part.
Yeah. But it's still a guessing game. It's like, what's wrong? I don't want to talk about it. It's just so much going on. But what's happening? Let me know. Talk to me. I don't want to burden you with this. It's just like, I don't know. I'm behind on my car now. Oh, okay. Okay. So how much you behind? I don't want to burden you. And then they tell you. And it's like, okay, cool. Then it's something else. I'm behind on my insurance. Now I'm behind on my rent. Damn. Fuck.
But some women don't handle it like that. Some women just straightforward. Look, I need this, I need that, I need this.
Right.
And if you ain't doing that for me, I gotta go.
There's somebody else. Some women just come out. Today's women now, they just come out and tell you, you got to pay this, and I'm not giving you none. So how you want to deal with me? Because if you don't do it, I got 10 others on Instagram that's DM me that's willing to do it. So I'm giving you the first option.
So the pattern is every month she's gonna need something.
Right.
Every month, whether you help or don't help, you're gonna need something.
Well, the thing is, even if you contribute and help, she's still getting it from somebody else.
But he's starting to feel like he's being used. So it's not a feeling, you're being used.
Yeah, so I mean,
Right.
go with your gut feeling. If you feeling that you being used, then yeah, 10 out of 10 times.
Just say no and see what happens.
Yeah.
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 That's your answer.
And then
say no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, little dick motherfucker.
Bitch ass
Just
nigga.
say no.
Yeah,
Broke
You-
ass nigga.
Right,
You
right.
No money
Oh,
for it.
fuck boy and all. Yeah, just say no.
That's why I'm fucking so-and-so anyway.
Right,
I
just
can
say
call
no.
him and get it, you know?
Then you get your answer.
You got your answers right there.
Thank you for the letter, David C. in Oakland, California.
Yes, sir. All right, moving right along.
You got your...
25% of the couples in this country are
is this a
estimated to
skateboard
survive
report?
a relationship.
Where's your
I'm
thing,
listening.
man?
Holding it down. I'm holding it down.
You need your own track.
I do. I'm gonna have to get one now.
Riding on the skateboard.
You know you biting right
Riding on
now.
the skateboard. Hey.
Sampling. Riding on the skateboard. Falling and breaking my ass.
Oh, what's my man? Kick, push. Kick, push.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you got for a skateboard, D?
All right. I've been just going. I guess it's an AI segment. Let's just talk about how AI is taking over everything, but at the same time fucking up. So we'll start with which one did I want to start? I wanted to start with the self-driving cars. They're kind of out of control lately, and it's due to software glitches that is causing erratic behavior, hardware failures, and human-driven malfunctions. So sometimes people in the passenger seats grabbing the steering wheel and stuff like that cause an accident.
Oh, wow.
And this is the Waymo.
The Waymo, that's great. Also, I'm also finding a lot of information about the Tesla Cybertruck and the Tesla's new automated driving thing. People are using it and not really paying attention, and it's still crashing into shit.
You know why they call it Waymo?
Because it's way more cheaper than everything else.
No, because you could do way more shit in it.
That's
motherfucker.
true too.
Tita wrote that one for me. That one kills on stage.
Yeah.
Hey man, there's a lot of comments that come up to me. They be like, man, that Waymo joke is funny. I think I'm gonna use that one. Hey.
So in Echo Park, a Waymo van crashed into an out of control Waymo van crashed into several parked cars in Echo Park. While the footage was dramatic, Waymo later clarified that the vehicle was being manually driven by someone in the passenger seat grabbing the steering wheel.
Oh wow.
A Tesla Cybertruck crashed into a barrier. A dashcam video released in March shows a Tesla Cybertruck self-driving mode slamming into a concrete barrier in Houston after attempting to drive off the overpass without warning.
Yeah.
Now, have you been in a Waymo, a driverless car?
Yeah, I've been in them a couple times, about 3 or 4 times now, and 2 of the 4 times that I've been in it, it didn't drop me off like at my location. It couldn't find like a safe place to park, so it'll just keep going until. So sometimes it'll drop you off like around the corner from your destination.
Did it say nigger get out? Jump out, nigger.
And then the other time I was driving somewhere, I had 2 locations where I had to get out at one location and then go to another location. And when I got out at the first location, it left me there.
Oh wow.
And then the other 2 times I've been in them, everything was fine.
I've been in there twice, and they were fine rides to me. Mm-hmm. They won't go to they're not allowed to go to the airport yet.
No, I think because of all the
signals and all that, the cross signaling and all that.
So where drop you off at the hotel?
No, I just took one. I got one coming from my mechanic. I got one, and then I took one to another spot. But they were less than like 15 minutes.
No, I got you. I'm just saying, but even if somebody was going to the airport, they would just take them to.
I don't think they're allowed.
They're not even in that area.
vicinity.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not even around there. Like even at the hotels around there, I don't think they're allowed right there. You know.
Got you.
They haven't came up there, but they're now on the expressway, but y'all call them freeways. They're on the expressways now, the freeways.
They're everywhere.
When I was in Chicago, they just now starting to get to Chicago now. So because when they first came out, the trial city was San Francisco.
Right.
And then the second city was Austin.
Austin,
then,
Texas.
Yeah, then LA was the third city, and then Phoenix. So now they're expanding now, I heard, to Atlanta, Miami, and Chicago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's just crazy when you just see them like 4 or 5 of them and just.
Yeah, right back to back.
Right back to back.
And they're empty too.
Yeah.
Like, where are they going?
Well, they just filed it was some kind of like a suit filed against them in Santa Monica, where they were charging up at. They were making too much noise.
Okay.
And there was too much confusion for when they was coming out the parking area. They were jammed up, and it was causing a traffic delay.
Yeah.
So people that was trying to go to work with their cars, they couldn't get around.
Okay.
them. So they had to resort to that. But where I used to work at, the old CBS studios off of Fairfax and Beverly, their whole parking lot now is filled with Waymos.
Oh wow.
So that's where I think that's where they're charging.
In the farmers market, right
right next to the farmers market. Yeah, the whole parking lot now is just Waymos.
Yeah.
So and that's where they come out early in the morning. They go there to recharge and everything now. So it's interesting. I mean, I try to advocate for them, especially for women, that they're safe, because when you get in, you don't have to talk to the driver.
Yeah.
Like most Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, they want to have that conversation. But now they have on your app, when you get picked up, the consent to talk to the driver. So now they've added that if you don't want to talk to the driver, you can just put down no conversation.
Contact.
Yeah, no conversation with the driver. But
I'm just waiting for somebody to just siphon the gas out of that thing with the light.
I'm waiting for somebody to carjack it.
That's what I'm waiting on.
You know.
Yeah, so the Waymo van crash was in January. The Tesla Cyber truck was in March, but there's been several stuff in between that, and I'm just talking about things over as a whole. There's been several loop glitches, is what they're calling it, where the Waymo gets stuck in a circle and just continues to. There's been several of those, and they're saying that the common failures are routing and perception loops. Environmental confusion like heavy fog or stuff like that, traffic jams, localized traffic jams and stuff like that. And then also when you're driving yourself and you come to a sign, sometimes you have to wave to the other driver to go and stuff like that. A lot of that kind of confusion happens with these cars because there's nobody to communicate with.
Yeah.
And another thing with those Waymos and the Teslas now, when you get in them now, it's a lot of data collection that they're getting from you.
Yeah.
I mean, because you on video, once you enter the Waymo and all of that, you on video, and then if you want to listen to music, they record, that data is put into that and all of that. Tesla's the same way. Once you get in, you start up a Tesla Cybertruck or a Tesla car, you automatically record it. So they, your GPS, they know where your GPS, where you're going, all of that. So I'm just so glad I'm sticking with, as people have called it, my piece of shit, my 91 Ford Explorer.
No, you just staying old school, but that's why the gas is high and everything, because they're really trying to crack down on these 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
They're really trying to put everybody in those small boxes. Right.
Have you been on the
Go ahead.
Have you been on the train, the metro train system out here?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Never ridden that.
No.
You haven't ridden it?
I didn't really go on the BART in the Bay Area either.
I rode the BART. And he was like, we underwater. I'm like, what? It just got dark all of a sudden. I'm like, what, we underwater?
BART is crazy.
Half of me wants to get on it just to experience it.
You have to.
Coming from
here?
Coming from Chicago. But the other half is like, no, we in an earthquake city.
Right.
This shit don't make no sense. You know, but a lot of people enjoy it, especially coming from Union Station up Crenshaw to the airport and all of that. And when it goes underground, a lot of people, you know, they don't have no problem with it.
Like, what you gonna do?
I mean, you know.
Even when it first opened, it was free. We're like, we drive. We don't. Like, I'm not getting on that thing.
And the new one just opened up now, May 8th. They're supposed to have their grand opening from Union Station, going through Beverly Hills to Westwood in that UCLA. Mm-hmm. So that's all underground.
Yeah.
So from Union Station, that's like 6.8 miles.
Yeah, that was the Elon Musk project with the
Starlink?
No, when they had the Earth Eater thing.
Oh, okay.
They was doing that back in 94, 95.
Yeah,
creating the tunnels underground.
Yeah, this world is just technology, man.
Are the metros here driverless, or do they have drivers?
No, they got drivers.
BART does too, I think.
You have to have someone manually operate the train.
Well, AI is currently reshaping the labor market with estimates suggesting it will wipe out roughly 1,600 net U.S. jobs monthly.
Yeah.
Primarily impacting Gen Z and entry-level positions, while 32% of companies expect AI to decrease their workforce in the coming year. Many roles are being reshaped rather than eliminated, with AI acting as a tool for increased productivity.
Well, now they have, like we was discussing earlier before we came on the air, they opened up these 2 hamburger restaurants out in Orange County, and they all robotics.
Yeah, you were saying that. You know what the name of the place is?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
But the kiosk is a woman from China or India, where they're paying them $3 or $4 an hour.
Yeah.
And you place your order with her, and they don't accept cash. It's a POS system, so you pay with your credit card or Apple Pay.
Okay.
So, and I just watched it when they did the grand opening, and it was flooded with people, and they had the robots making the French fries, the hamburger. It was like an assembly line.
So it's a picture window. You can watch it go down.
Yeah, you can just watch them. It's just like a robot standing there, and they just take their mechanical arm. They go to a set order of fries, put it in the grease, come back, and then they make the burgers. They got a robot there that they make the burgers. All of that. They flip the burgers. All of that. So that take away from human labor right there, because the people that came up with it said it takes away from the cost of overtime, the cost of people with sick time, people calling off for work. You know, they don't have to pay any health insurance. Like he said, all we have is just 2 technicians on 24-hour call.
Yeah.
So if something breaks down, we can call them in and they can repair it. So yeah, that's where we headed at now. I mean, we there now. I mean, you look at it. What is it? Gen Z. They just lazy.
It's not that they're lazy. Well,
no.
they
When
are
you
lazy
order,
too, but
have you ever did Uber Eats?
yes.
That is the most ridiculous shit. How can you trust somebody bringing you your food?
That's usually taped off. How do you trust somebody making your food at McDonald's when you pull up to the drive-through window? You don't.
Yeah, but I'd rather trust that than bringing me my food.
It's the same person. It's the same
But
people.
I did it twice, and I had a Starbucks order, and it was right. The couple who ordered Starbucks was a block away from Starbucks on a Saturday morning,
Stupid.
and I'm like, you lazy motherfuckers couldn't walk down the block in your pajamas, and
Your
they
order
stood.
might not even come from that Starbucks. Is another thing.
No,
too.
I went to that Starbucks.
Oh.
And I looked at them, and it just said 700 feet. And I'm like, seriously? And then I went down there, they're like, oh, thank you. And they stood outside in front of their door. They said, customer will meet you at the door. So when I took the order, to them, they just came out, they had their pajamas on. And I'm like, really? Y'all motherfuckers on a Saturday morning, it's nice. Y'all couldn't walk to the end of the block for your Starbucks?
No.
And then they have the little, have you seen the little robot bucket machine?
Yeah,
Coco.
for drugs. I mean, like
What?
like medicine and shit, right?
No, it's like a little.
It's called Coco.
It's like it's like
The little cart. The
the little cart, on wheel, and
with the lights on it and all
Yeah,
that.
they
Is it
deliver
delivering,
food.
though? It delivers food?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like medicine and shit.
No, they deliver food, man.
Okay.
So this is the world we in right now.
Well, it's getting crazier because now even a growing number of people, including nearly 1 in 3 adult men in the U.S., are forming romantic, emotional attachments to AI chatbots and also role play on platforms like Replica and Character AI.
Yeah.
This phenomenon is driven by loneliness and a desire for a perfect conflict-free connection, though it raises concerns about dependency and emotional risks.
Yeah, like they said, it's with the OnlyFans, it's a bunch of college students over in London that you're chatting with. So when you go on OnlyFans, you think you're chatting with that model and all that, but you're not. You're chatting with a bunch of college students and all of that. So, yeah, this is the world we in, man. You know,
AI taking over. That's my segment.
Nice, D.
Appreciate it.
Is that it with your AI? So can
Unless
we get
you want
AI?
to comment more on it?
No, can we get AI in here next week to replace you?
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably do a better job. Actually, to go back real quick, some of the jobs that are safe, since I talked about it, and I believe my job may be one of the jobs that are safe. Occupations requiring high emotional intelligence, because I have to be super emotionally intelligent to deal with you two and the other two that aren't here. Physically skilled. I have to be physically skilled to deal with you motherfuckers. So I think I'm good.
So your thumb's in shape.
Yeah, right. Complex decision making, such as nurses, therapists, skilled tradespeople, plumbers, electricians, and top level managers are least likely to be replaced. So I think I'm good.
You think so?
I'd like to believe so.
Until your sister comes back.
Right.
And then she'd be like, that's cool.
But no, that's a real thing, and just like you say, that whole AI thing, and you just putting people out, just leaving them for, and they've been with these companies 20, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
And you just show them the door with,
Right. That's cool.
But they get a little service package and all that.
Severance package, yeah.
But
it's business, but it's cold.
It's cold business.
But it's the risk that these companies are taking, because now they're cutting back on the man hours, that we don't have to pay all this overtime now.
Right.
We don't have to cover health insurance anymore. So that's what these companies and these corporations, that's what they're looking to get away from. It's like, how can I cut back and it's more profit for me now?
And here's the thing with the drivers, right? The brother, bus driver, and a rock comes through the window, hits him, cracks his ribs and everything, right? So he had to, slam on the brakes, got the school bus pulled over and everything. And, months later, the parents of the children on the bus, Europeans, wanted to sue the school board and the bus driver because he hit the brakes too hard.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So you got frivolous cases like this.
Yeah.
This is why, okay, we're going to put a computer in the driver's seat. And
Right. And the judge threw that out, though.
Yeah, judge threw it out.
The judge said, how can you come back and sue this when this man saved your kid's life?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, no.
Without the mistakes that I was talking about earlier, the driverless cars are actually better drivers as far as the speed, the stopping and going and stuff, without the the computer mistakes.
And you can carry your illegal shit in the car. You can carry your gun, you can carry your weed, and if you get stopped, just put it in the driver's seat.
Can the cops pull over? How does that work?
Yeah, when they pull you over and they say who's weed and who's gun and that, and say, hey, talk to the driver.
Right.
Like, well, you questioning me? Talk to him.
Yeah, you got a legal loophole.
Right.
Right there.
All
right, here we go.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
We ain't just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in the fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass. You won't do shit with that.
Come on, we look like the damn Bad News Bears.
Teeter, I love the sound bites in your intro.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that interview when he said he was talking to Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Teeter Sports.
Who don't even have any kids, right? At that time, he didn't have any kids.
Right.
Yeah. NBA playoffs.
Oh,
Are you watching? Are you excited? What you feel about Corey Roberts? Your Detroit Pistons is
oh.
Told y'all needed a shooter, but ain't nobody listening to me. Atlanta.
Who they playing? Who's
They
Detroit?
playing Orlando.
They playing Orlando. Okay, is that series tied? What happened to your Lakers?
Well, let me see. Is that series?
They went up 3-0. What the fuck? What's going on in the chat? Can we see the chat?
Yeah, I got you.
How bad are they talking about us?
I don't know. It's,
disappointed.
Huh?
They're disappointed in you.
Detroit and Orlando.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know what that series is, but then well, I know Orlando had jumped out on them, and they won the other night to get a game closer. But Bane in Orlando, he's giving them problems. Now the Lakers situation. Bring the European boy back. You start them. Rule of thumb is a white boy on the court, you go at it. And that's what they did. Them Houston boys was shooting that ball. No defense. You kick open a wide open three, you miss it. Okay, Aiden put the ball back, but LeBron can't do it all. You still a man down with Luka and everything, but them young boys coming to play. They shoot the ball.
But they lost last night with KD on the bench. He didn't even suit up.
But they won when KD was on the bench.
Yeah.
You didn't say that part.
Yeah, but they went up 3-0. So now
they couldn't close. They didn't close it out.
Right. So now they got a chance to close it out tomorrow.
In Houston.
Yeah, they got a chance to close it out tomorrow.
If not, then come back to LA for a game 7.
You think they're gonna close it out?
I don't know.
Okay.
New York Knicks in Atlanta.
Oh, that was
first round. Knicks win 4-2. So they've clinched that situation.
That was a massacre tonight.
Yeah, Atlanta was in there giving them problems. Kevin Durant probably will miss Game 6 versus the Lakers due to ankle injury. So we're gonna see about that there. No Golden State to report. No Chicago Bulls to report.
Oh,
and, go ahead.
Their owner came out and he said something. So I agree with what Jerry Reisendorf said.
What did he say?
He said that the NBA has lost its soul to the fans.
Okay.
Because now you have to go, and the biggest complaint has been you have to go to these streaming services to watch the playoff games. Mm-hmm. And you don't know where they at now. And, listening to Adam Silver said, well, Roger Goodell said it first with the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's like we have to keep up with technology. We have to, we can't be behind. We have to walk side by side, step by step with technology because now everybody's on their phone. So we can't wait for people to get home from work to sit down,
right?
To show the game.
Yeah.
So now people can watch the game on
the go.
Yeah, on the train, on the plane, everywhere. So the streaming services have taken over that. And it's just confusing because when you want to watch it, you want to watch free NBA playoff games. Now
the finals is the one you really get, where you get to watch it on standard television.
Well, within the next year, all of this is going to be streaming. They're about to knock cable out.
Well, the first one to put it down was the Yankees when they had the Yes Network.
Yeah.
And they got that deal, so everybody followed suit. But, you can't blame them. Detroit at Orlando. Orlando was up 3-2. The 8 seed taking on the 1 seed.
Okay.
Orlando, they balled. That boy Bane, who's left John Morant over there. He's over there doing the damn thing.
Isn't it Paulo with Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah, he balling.
He balling.
Yeah.
San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, they closed out and did their thing. So just predictions, Skateboard D, Jazzy, who you got in the finals?
I gotta start watching it, man.
Okay.
I gotta start watching it.
Well, it's only the first round, so.
Yeah, it's the first round. So I mean, how's Cleveland doing?
Oh, I don't know if they lost that last game with Harden and what's the other boy's name?
Because they're going against is it Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that looked like it was a good series.
Minnesota and Denver has been a good series.
That's always you know what? That's one of the best series that there is.
Yeah.
You know.
Rudy Gobert stepped up on the Joker.
Yeah, but Anthony Edwards, he got to step up, man. I mean, if y'all lose again, then, you know, your legacy is going to be like, y'all can't make it past the first or the second round.
Oh, he's still young.
Nah, he's been in the league for, what, like 4 or 5 years now?
OKC, 4-0. They swept Phoenix, got them up out of there. Lakers still lead 3-2. Minnesota is 3-2 on Denver. Spurs, 4-1, got them up out of there. Orlando leads 3-2.
I'm looking at back-to-back.
Cleveland is up 3-2 versus Toronto, as aforementioned. New York Knicks 4-2 got Atlanta up out of there, and the series is tied with Boston and Philly. But Philly won the last game, so that put them up. And I forgot Paul George is even playing.
He's back off of suspension?
Yeah, he's
okay.
He's back in the lineup.
He made it off in time for the playoffs, huh?
Doing his thing. So, Skateboard D, who you got in the finals?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I got to start watching it more.
When you put your eyes on, you get a better determination.
Right. If
when the missus let you watch it,
who's playing? Who's in it right now?
Going to the second round, OKC advances, and the San Antonio Spurs have advanced. We're waiting on the Lakers, and we're waiting on Denver or Minnesota.
Since I'm out here,
yeah,
so we can party and celebrate.
I would like to see that as well. And in the East, New York Knicks are the only one to advance for us going to the second round. So we're waiting on Boston or Philly, Cleveland or Toronto, Detroit or Orlando.
I'm going with I'm going to go with OKC.
OKC is the team to beat.
Likely.
Yeah, I'm going to go with OKC to repeat.
That's probably more likely.
So, yeah,
just going out there, I would say, of course I want my Lakers in there, but I think OKC and San Antonio might be a serious run. But we'll know in the second round playoff. You guys watching baseball?
Yeah, I love baseball.
Way too long.
Way too long? Yeah. No, they got a pitch clock now. Yeah. You get 30 seconds.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, 15.
15?
15.
Okay, 15 seconds to get that ball out your damn hand.
There's so many rules because you got to be able to watch. The bulk is different now.
Right. Yeah.
So you got to be able to.
Yeah, they got some weird pitches of people jumping off the base to get that.
Yeah,
jumping off the.
So the first baseman has to be within a foot of the bag.
Right.
So he can't be, ahead of the runner.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to be, kind of a foot away from the bag and behind the runner. The pitcher and the batter have to make eye contact before the pitcher throws the ball. So, I mean, it's just so many rules now. So, but I still love it. My beloved Cubs, were just here in L.A.
Yeah. Which y'all taking on Arizona right now?
Yeah. Y'all broke our streak.
Of course.
We was 11-0, and then y'all broke that streak.
Yeah, which y'all are 19-12.
Yeah, so.
Right now.
So. I wanted to go to that game, but I couldn't get tickets.
Football draft has been decided, and everybody's upset that these boys are spending all this money on the draft party and they ain't got paid yet. But who's to say?
It was interesting with like we said, we discussed it last week when the draft happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mendoza, how he sat there with his family.
Yeah.
He didn't have no girlfriend, no girls, anything. He was just there with his whole family.
Yeah.
It was messed up with the young kid for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
What ESPN did with their graphic bar. Instead of putting his highlights up, his achievements, what he accomplished in college.
Right.
They put his arm size up, which was kind of stupid. Like, really?
Yeah.
This is the best y'all can do? It's
Yeah.
like y'all can't put, he was Defensive Player of the Year
Nope.
in his conference and all that. Y'all put his arm size up?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Because they don't want him to get paid.
Right.
That's what it's about. And that's Tita Sports Ticker. Right here on Inner Man's World.
Can I add something to that? Because they want they're trying to regulate the NIL.
Yeah.
And guess who's leading the charge of all people? The biggest hater of all, Nick Saban.
Alabama former coach.
Yeah, for some odd reason, he does not want these. I'm just going to go. You got to throw the race card in. He just doesn't want these black kids getting paid. I mean, it's cool when coaches do it. You know, they don't talk about when the coaches, they have their own portal when they go through shit. Because you can start off at a medium-sized Division I school. Right. And they can bring you in, and you can turn that program from a losing program to a winning program. And then that medium-sized Division I school will give you a nice contract. But then a bigger school, a more, profound Division I,
bigger alumni
will come and say, oh, we want you as our coach. And that coach will have no problem leaving that school, leaving those kids behind.
Well, coaches is the thing in college. They run the college and the pros run the pros. That's just how it goes.
Hey, Big Mike, I love my Cubs, man. I'm always talking about my Cubs. I'm a Chicago sports man. I represent Chicago sports, not just the Cubs. I like the White Sox. The White Sox are finally turning it around, too. So get it straight, Big Mike. The Cubs, hey, man, we was almost there last year.
Here's the thing about the Cubs. Who's the all-time greatest Cub to you?
Come on, man. That's easy. Mr. Baseball himself.
Let's play two?
Ernie Banks.
Yeah,
Ernie Banks, man.
Let's play two.
Yeah, I remember, Jack Brickhouse was the Cub announcers. I remember Ron Say. Ron Say was a cold third baseman. When you hit it to him, Ron Say
he came over to play with us, too.
Yeah, with the Dodgers. But Ron Say has such a strong arm. When you hit that ground ball to him, he would pick it up and read the ball.
Yeah, the penguin, that's what they called him.
Yeah, and you had Glenn Becker, Don Kessinger.
Andre Dawson.
Well, he came afterward. Leon Durham.
Sammy Sosa.
Sean Dunston. Ryan Sandberg, who passed away.
Pitcher.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa played for the Cubs at one point, right?
Yeah, he played for the Cubs, yeah.
That's when he was in the home run race.
Right.
With Mark McGwire. Yeah. Rick, the pitcher, I forgot his name, Rick.
Honeycutt Sutcliffe.
Yeah, Rick Sutcliffe. Yeah, Jody Davis, the catcher. That was the 85 Cubs were supposed to win that year, but they lost in the National League Championship. And guess who they lost to? San Diego.
Padres.
Yep.
And what year did y'all go to night games? Let's start night games in Chicago.
I think it was like 80, 89, 90. Yeah, because Wrigley Field was the last stadium to go night. It was the last stadium to go night. But then throughout all those years, you had the apartment complex that was right behind Wrigley Field. And once the Cubs really started playing, it was always, in Chicago Cubs was always that baseball team. The Sox was secondary. But people were like on a waiting list to get into those apartments.
Right.
And once you got in those apartments, they gave like a 2-year lease, and then you had to be up out of there. But then you had like access to the roof, where you could bring one friend.
Oh, okay.
So you could bring one friend up there. But then Chicago, the Cubs, their family, they filed suit against the department, the management or the building, and said that the occupants of the building were stealing games.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so what they did, so the courts was like, no. It's just coincidental that the roof is the same size as the right field bleachers, and they have every right to go up there,
enjoy their roof,
and watch the game for free. So what did the Cubs do? They put up this big ass, humongous
billboard.
No, jumbotron.
Oh, fix you.
So it takes up all of right field.
Yeah,
and it's like that's fucked up, man. So. Yeah, so I mean, but that was the thing, and then when we was up to win it in 2007, they said, he jinxed it though. Bernie Mac, when he came out and he sang, "Take Me Out to the Ballpark," because the Cubs was winning,
Yeah.
And then he said the Cubs are going to win. And then that's when they had the infamous foul ball play.
Oh, Moises Alou.
Yeah, Moses Alou when he went over there, and the kid with the hat. So that's when the Cubs lost it right there.
What happened? The kid grabbed the ball?
Well, he grabbed the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it out with his hat.
Oh,
And that kid got death threats, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to kill him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but then the Cubs, they came back and they won their first World Series in 100 years, 2016. So, so it's
a little sports history there for you guys.
Yeah, but all sports franchises in Chicago have won a championship.
Baseball, hockey, football.
Yep. Soccer.
Well, football, y'all ain't won since the 50s, right?
With the Cubs, it was 100 years. The Sox had never won.
I'm talking about the football team. Y'all ain't won since Jim Brown, right?
No,
I'm sorry. That's Cleveland, my bad.
Yeah, we won in 85.
85 Bears, yeah.
And you know what they were just nominated as, though? And I totally agree, too. The best football team ever. The 85 Bears.
It was cold.
85 Bears. 17-1.
They lost to Miami.
Yep, lost to Miami.
The reason why I give it to them because they did the Super Bowl shuffle video before they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah,
that's bad right there.
Hey, that was a hell of a team right there.
Whole team.
And the thing that's so fucked up is that the McCloskey family, they didn't retire none of the defensive linemen's jerseys.
No.
Otis Wilson, Richard Dent, William the Refrigerator Perry,
Mike Singletary,
Steve McMichael, Mike Singletary, Doug Plant, Gary Fensick. That was a great team, man. Great team.
Yeah.
Willie Galt on the offense. Couldn't run a route to save his life. But that motherfucker had speed, though.
He had speed. He didn't have no hands.
Walter Sweetness.
Walter Payton.
And when they talk about running backs, they always seem to leave him out. The greatest running back on your Mount Rushmore, they always seem to leave him out.
Well, Barry Sanders was the man. But Walter was just known as Sweetness. He was just...
Barry went out on his own terms, though.
Played just one team.
Yeah, 9 years, and he was just like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think for a running back, the reason why Barry stood out more is because he ran over people. And
no, that was Earl Campbell. Barry Sanders ran around people.
Yeah, Earl Campbell ran over people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what made him stand out.
But I met Barry Sanders, right? My boy was doing the hot dog cart. This is when Paradise was going on. So we just out there kicking. He pull up in a Jag. He get out with his homie. Man, this dude legs was just incredible. I was like, okay, I see why he's...
That was Earl?
No, Barry Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm talking about I'm like, man, where you get your pants made? He thought he's custom. I'm like, it gotta be. Like, trying to tackle that dude, I could see, like, dog. Yeah.
But his son is a running back.
Yeah.
But he ain't like his daddy, though.
Nah.
It's hard to have, those footsteps, man. It's hard to play in their shadow.
It's tough.
Yeah.
All right.
God damn, I just looked up some Earl Campbell highlights, and he is running through.
Wait a minute. Big Mike, I'm in Dodger land, bro. Cubs, farewell land, sir. Hey, man.
Yo. Campbell wasn't no joke.
He going through motherfuckers, no joke.
Yo, Big Mike, Cubs, baby, all the way this year. Dodgers going to have to come through us. I know y'all going for what? This is a three-peat y'all going for?
We're going.
Y'all going for a three-peat?
We going. What you talking about? So we going.
All right, here we go.
Just watch where we are in September.
Okay.
That's where it's going. That's where the real race is at. September.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Now I represent Chicago. We're gonna win it this year. It's our time again.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Speak it into existence.
There you go. That's all I can tell you.
2016, 10-year run. 2026, baby. We're gonna win it. Cubs. All the way. Now, what you got to say about that, Big Mike?
I hope it don't happen because he's going to be talking that gang and shit.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, yo. It's going to happen. You're just a hater. And Big Mike, 66-39. When the Cubs win the World Series, I want you to take a picture with a Chicago Cubs jersey on. That's my bet to you.
Okay.
All right? Big Mike, you hear that? Put Jeff to sleep. We're going to put your ass to sleep. All right, where we at now? We doing the Jet Beauty of the Week?
Absolutely. This week, Beauty of the Week is Dr. Joy Bolamwini, a computer scientist and researcher out of MIT, who's making a real impact in the world of technology. She exposed how facial recognition technology often fails to articulate, identify darker skinned people, especially Black women, bringing global attention to biases in the artificial intelligence. She went out and filed an algorithm justice league and pushes for fairness and accountability in tech systems that affect everyday life. Beauty, Brains, and Purpose. Dr. Joy Bolamwini is our Beauty of the Week. I don't see a picture of
Hey,
it.
can we see the picture?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God.
You guys wanted to see it? I didn't know.
Dr. Joy Bolamwini.
Oh, okay.
Go on, girl.
I like the glasses. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at her.
Got your Kente scarf.
Okay,
on.
like the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation.
Yeah. We are the
Pleasure principle.
She got the old 90s haircut.
Principle of pleasure. But they did have that out of Santa Monica where, they was giving some money up, for dark-skinned people to go out there and so they can do all your stuff to put you in the system.
That's who she is. Oh, very attractive. I like that.
Yeah.
Very attractive.
Oh, girl, MIT.
All right, here we go.
Massachusetts
You got my
Institute
theme music?
of Technology.
Means
let me find it.
Here. Somewhere around here, I got you.
34th year anniversary of the LA uprising.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. You got one?
You got 7 of them. I don't know which one that is.
Just play one.
I don't know where 6 of them.
Where's AI when you need it?
Exactly.
Maybe I will get replaced.
Yeah. And he was talking shit about that, how needed you are.
Yeah.
You just showed us otherwise.
You just showed you can be replaced.
Yeah, easily. AI would have hit that cart, we'd have been rolling.
AID push number.
Okay, where's the video at? Oh my God.
Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Somebody get AI on the line.
The missus sitting there.
You that boring?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you can put the chat back up now. We can hear what they got to
this
say.
nigga
Yeah, we working you because
demanding.
AI. All we have to do is just say it.
AI wouldn't talk back. I know that.
Exactly. Fuck. AI would have just did the shit. Would have been like.
I see why they're going to AI.
Yeah, exactly. I feel it. I'm with it now. So for our second topic, it's a special day today. It's the 34th anniversary of the LA uprising. 34 years ago, where were you at when the verdict was announced? When they came out and they announced the verdict in the courtroom, where were you at? Do you remember?
I was on Olympic and it used to be that little Japanese restaurant right there.
Mm-hmm.
In that little complex. It was right there in that little complex waiting because I knew it was going down because they was already going towards the city to block it off. But we was already on the Upper West Side already. So we was in there. I don't see the name. I can't remember the name of that street.
Okay.
We were right there in the little complex.
Right.
Right there. So then the people came outside. They were cheering and clapping and everything. Like, oh, okay.
So I remember me and my cousin, we was going to ball up at Poinsettia Park. And the verdict was announced, but then it wasn't until Mayor Tom Bradley came on and what he said. I think that's what sparked it. Because when he said, you know what, it's unjust, it's unfair, the video spoke, the video said it all, and for them to come and reach a verdict like that, you should go to the street and protest.
He said that.
You know, and that's what he said. But then he came back and he said, I didn't mean for it to be destruction. He said we should all go out and release our anger. And I remember we stopped at a 7-Eleven, and I just remember we was in there, we was getting ready to go on, and just a mob of black people just came in that motherfucker, and the 2 Indian guys was behind the bar. No, don't do it. And it was just like, we just, hey man, y'all just need to go in the back.
Yeah.
Lock the door, go in the back. And they cleaned out the whole 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. And then I remember it was like a tidal wave. It just transcended all the way down. Because remember, before Pavilions, Boys Market it changed to Pavilions after the LA uprising. Because it was Boys Market. And then it became routes.
Which one?
The one on Pico and Fairfax. Because that's where I was living at. And you just saw that mob of people just headed down the Boys Market, which is now Pavilions now.
No, that's Pico and...
No, Vons. That's Vons.
Yeah.
So, and I just came down there, and I remember I just came out of there with 2 grocery carts of food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, just recently when I just got back from my mom's house, I just looked at what I had sent her. An answering machine, 2 VCR recordings, a microwave. Mm-hmm. So, and it is, you know, she doesn't use it now, but it's just interesting just looking at it.
It's nostalgia.
I just like, you remember I said, yeah, you sent me that doing that? I'm like, yeah. You know, and then they have this TikTok trend that's going along when they asking, you know, Mom, what were you like in the 90s? Dad, what were you like in the 90s? Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, and my niece asked me, you know, she was like, what were you like in the 90s? And I just said, well, if you was born in the late 80s or you was born in the 90s, it's a good chance I might have smashed your mom, you know? So going down that way.
Gotta stay on the mic.
Huh?
Gotta stay on the mic.
No, it was a good thing that I did. That's the time that I remember. I mean, the impact that it had on our community, yeah, it fucked it up. But I think black people were just pissed at that time because we just had the Latasha Harding.
Latasha Harlan.
Yeah, that shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And we Kim Dukan or something.
That was the orange juice in the back pocket?
Yeah, when she shot her in the back of the head.
Right.
No, she put the oranges back on the counter.
Yeah, she put the oranges back on the counter and she turned around.
Yeah.
And the Korean woman just shot her in the back of the head.
With an illegal hairpin trigger weapon.
Yeah.
That's what set everything off.
So, and I think you saw it where it initially started at Florence and Normandy, at that liquor store. That's when they just went in there because that was a Korean-owned liquor store. Mm-hmm. So then they just went in there, and then that's where Reginald Denny, he got pulled out of his truck.
Yeah.
And it just went on after that, man. I mean, it just went on.
Well, it was already all over the city, but that was
the highlight.
One hot spot.
Yeah.
That was going on. Because people in their cars and stuff didn't really know what's going on unless you was listening to the news. But
now, did you participate?
Of course.
There you go.
I said we was on Olympic, but we was on Upper West Side, but then coming down on Olympic, because it used to be right there on Olympic in Vermont. And the plaza used to be the little spot we used to go to,
right,
to get our tennis gear and shoes and everything. But they was already on the roofs.
Who the
Koreans and everything
the rifles
was already on the roof. But then when they hit the surplus on Western with all the guns and everything, then it was like a little meeting and everything. But they just had pistols. But then once came back, we had long gun.
Yeah, we was ready.
We friends, we brothers. No. Y'all don't do none of that at first.
Yeah.
So we try to put a brand new pool table on the 85 Caprice.
But you know what though, man? I saw human strength back then. Cause I remember at it was at Wilshire and I forgot what street it was. It was at Wilshire and Cochran or something. They had remember that appliance store, Ad Rays?
Mm-hmm.
It was right there.
Yeah.
And I remember a group of policemen came about 30 deep, and they stood in front. And then we were just lined up, and then white people came out because they was in a parking lot, and the white people were like, don't leave. If you leave, they going in.
Mm-hmm.
And they stood there for about 15, 20 minutes, and I remember the lieutenant said, we got orders, and they just went marching down.
Yeah, they called them off.
Yeah, they went down to another hot spot, and I remember somebody went up there with the lock, and they had a sawed-off shotgun, and all you heard was just boom, boom, and then that didn't work, and then somebody put chains on, and then they took a truck, and then they just pulled the door off. And all I remember hearing is like, we in, we in. And I saw people, because remember back then, it was the big booty, big screen TV.
Yeah.
They was loading that onto their cars. Motherfuckers was coming out there with armfuls of shit. That's what I wanted at. You know, so hey. Allegedly, I took a couple of answer machines, some VCRs.
But the thing I remember the most, and we made our way down Crenshaw, right there on 43rd. In the corner used to be a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Right there. So that was always the meeting spot. That was to go to Lamar Park. So at this time, then, you know, you had the red team. It was coming back around. So it was like a little standout, and everybody was just standing there just looking at each other like, what's going on? And then somebody said, man, let's just get this shit. And all of a sudden, it was just unity. Like that. That's how fast unity goes. Like, Bale just like, the bullshit had stopped.
Yeah.
That fast.
Yeah.
But then they came on the news and said that, never forget, Bree Walker, but she should be married
to my man.
Roy Firestone or Jim Lampley.
Jim Lampley.
Yeah.
She came on there with the hands.
Yeah, that's the propaganda. Well, gang experts said that this one would last. And I was like, why would you say that?
But then she came on there and she described the shit. Look at them. They're animals. Look at them. And she was just like, they're nothing but monkeys or something. She said something, racially derogatory. And they took her ass off the air right away.
Right away.
I mean,
but it's like, why would you say that? But that's what I mean. Like, they always perpetuating the BS.
Yeah.
What's going on? Because it like, brothers was getting that day. Brothers was getting along.
Oh, it was. I mean, the Crips and the Bloods, they came
getting
out,
along.
Remember Rodney King came out and he gave the press conference. Can we just all get along? Like, yeah, motherfucker, we getting along right now.
That was too much power for them to handle.
Yeah. I mean, I remember this guy. I just saw this guy. He just ran out of brakes because he took a whole lot of brakes from Pep Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So he got like starters and brakes and all of that. I mean, motherfuckers was just, unfortunately it happened, but motherfuckers came up though. The
coolest part I seen was somebody was walking down the street with a half a cow.
Half a cow
at the meat market. What you gonna do with that? We're gonna barbecue.
I remember I was living with my girl at this woman at the time, and I remember when I came home with those 2 shopping carts, she was nervous as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, we got snacks, we got food, we got everything. Shit, we good." She's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I ain't do shit. Shit, it's all free."
Mm-hmm.
They all up in it was boys at the time. They was like, they all up in boys market. This shit free. So yeah, it was and
down in the 20s, it was used to be a record store right there. No, it's black on. It's black on.
Yeah, that's when they was doing all of that.
Yeah.
So notes about the 92 LA riots uprising. The uprising began in April 29th and 30th and May 1st. That's when it lasted for 3 days. The uprising began in April 1992 after 4 LAPD officers were acquitted in the beating of Rodney King. More than 60 people were killed and thousands were injured. The city suffered over $1 billion in property damage, with many small businesses destroyed. Today, incidents involving police are often captured on phones and spread instantly online. The conversation around police accountability has grown, but many people feel similar issues still exist today. And one is, what do you remember about that time? 2, how did it impact you personally or your community? 3, have things really changed since 1992? 4, are we dealing with the same issues in a different way today? 5, who was hurt the most during the riots? 6, did the community ever fully recover? 7, did the system learn anything from what happened? And 8, or was it just a moment in time? I think that
I didn't realize 60 people died.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 12,000 people were arrested. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's still happening today. I mean, you know, you have more cops now. You have access to a website where they pull police body cam footage. And I mean, sometimes I watch it online. I mean, it's still racism. Cops are still, you know, it's still us against them. I always said, yeah, it could be racial, but it's just more like it's us against them, because they don't care if you don't follow their directives or comply with them. They fucking you up. Mm-hmm. And they have it on video, and they don't, even they being videotaped with their body cam and you actually videotape them, they don't care. Mm-hmm. They still fucking you up.
It's a union.
Yeah, and then, you know, and they all they have to do is justify it, and it's just like, I fear for my life. You know?
But what I took out of it at the time was, like, after the 3 days when they called them off, that how military that everything is operated under. Like, you couldn't get on the freeway because they was moving all that military equipment.
It was under martial law.
On the freeways.
Yep.
And you see these
tanks and shit coming down the block.
Like, you see military trucks. Because we was on the overpass, because we had worked our way over to right there on Figueroa and 37. That's where the 10 and the 110. Because we got video, because we was out there.
Yeah.
Me and my boy, XL and Ant Money. We riding around, so we have actual videos.
Yeah, we had that too.
Of it. So you seeing these trucks with these huge wheels, maybe 10 or 12 wheels on them, looking like some futuristic stuff back then, and was moving.
Yeah, tanks, yeah.
You just hear the wheels, they got the big knobby tires on it, like you hearing the big blades with the knobby. But then you're like, where is it? And it's just coming. But they're coming from Pasadena because it's coming down to 110, so it's coming down through, from Pasadena through downtown, coming back in the city.
Yeah.
And it took like about 2 to 3 minutes before you even got there. But when it got there, whew, I was like, man, what the hell was that?
But I knew when they drew the line at, when they had, La Cienega stops from L.A. and it enters into Beverly Hills, when they had Beverly Hills locked down.
That's what I'm saying. We was on the other side of it. We was
and
behind
was
the
like,
line.
What they're not going to do is they're not coming into Beverly Hills. And I mean, you saw the military, you saw how they just aligned that and just said, what they're not going to do, they're not coming into Beverly Hills. So whatever happens in L.A., that part, we're going to keep it over there, but they're not coming over here.
San Vicente.
Yep, and you actually saw, we have it on videotape too, we actually saw military tanks rolling down Crenshaw. Mm-hmm. All of that, man. It was just like the National Guard, we was under martial law. They had shoot to kill orders. You had to be off the street by 6 p.m.
8 o'clock was the curfew.
8 o'clock was the curfew.
Guard.
And then you couldn't come back out. You know, the only way you can be on the street is if you was going to work or something.
Yeah, it was definitely military. They showed us their military hands. So.
Yeah, there you go, Big Mike. You remember washer and dryers on top of Coupe de Villes? Yeah, people came up.
Yeah.
You telling on yourself, Big Mike? Mm-hmm. Does that washer and dryer still have a warranty? That's how it was, man, back then. Mm-hmm. If you want to call in and add, if you was here, you was involved, or you was around for the riots, the LA uprising, you can hit us up before we get out of here, 323-272-4041.
For what?
Yeah. You know, that was a good time though, man.
And then the Europeans came, then everything kind of calmed down. They came out painting and picking up trash and all
into the community
that.
and all of that. Yeah, they was like, yo, let's
where was I before this all happened?
Yeah, you know. But yeah, we did lose a lot of small businesses during that time though. A lot of black businesses were shut down.
A lot of mom and pops.
Yeah,
spots.
they were destroyed and all that. But at that time, you know, we were just angry because we had every reason to be angry because we had the unedited version of that beating.
But it was already going on before that even happened.
Yeah, but
But it wasn't on tape.
But yeah, that's it. We was reporting it, but they was like, well, you don't have any evidence. You know, it's your word against their word. But we had actual footage of that. But what the defense attorneys did is they slowed that video down frame by frame. They didn't play it at full speed. So when you saw him getting hit, they kept saying, well, right here at this frame, he's reaching up. And they're like, no, he's putting his arm up to block it. And so that's where everything was like, it was just fucked up at. That's where we just was like, okay, you know, this is fucked up.
They were just trying to spin it. But, you know, that's what lawyers do.
No, they spunt it, yeah.
But, you know, nobody going for none of that stuff they were talking about. Is that they get off, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like you said, we was already dealing with the Latasha Harless thing, and you got to get a lady no jail time. Talking about it wouldn't serve no purpose for her to do jail time. And, yeah,
and then you watched it on the documentary, Burn, Motherfucker Burn. It's on Showtime. They showed it right where they said the origin of it started was at Florence in Normandy, but it was like 88th in Normandy when they arrested that black guy.
Yeah.
And they just got our number. The police just got our number.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, y'all ain't getting out of here. Y'all got to let him go.
Yeah.
And then the watch commander just made the judgment call and said, well, we can come back and arrest him another time.
Yeah.
You know, right now it's too dangerous for us. We got to pull out.
But they made that one call around the whole city. So wherever they were in the city, they pulled them out.
They said, let that man go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not worth it right now. So, yeah. What a time, 34, man, that's a long time. That just go to show you, man, 34 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
But we know it's heavily militarized. Even though it doesn't look that way, it's heavily militarized.
But look what look, man, I was talking to my younger, and I just want to give a shout out on a more personal note. My younger brother, I love you, man. He's having a mental health crisis right now. Mm-hmm. So we have to put him in the hospital. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that mental health it's real, man. It's real. And I'm here for you, man. I love you. I support you. I'm with you.
Well, you're here now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. What's he suffering from? Schizophrenia?
Yeah. He was just talking like, he called me like at 1:00 in the morning. It was 3:00 Chicago time. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about basketball. Like, motherfucker, you played against Ricky Green, and he's, talking about Tupac and all of that. And, our father has been dead for since 2019. Yeah. And he like, man, Pop's coming to visit you tonight. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? He like, yeah, he coming to fuck you up. And I'm like, man, yo, just, and he like, nah, man. And he just, then he was talking like very aggressive to my mom. Mm-hmm. My mom was just like, she was calling me like every hour. Yeah. And she was just like, I don't know what he's going through, but he's sweating profusely. Mm-hmm. And his blood pressure is up. So my cousin came through because my cousin's a Cook County commissioner in Chicago. So he knows a lot of great people. So they took him to a hospital, one of the best hospitals in Chicago. Mm-hmm. So he's under observation right now. Okay. So I'm praying for him, and everybody in my family calls me and looks to me for strength. Yeah. I'm supposed to be, that barrier of strength for everybody in my family, and I'm the one that nobody knows. I'm the one, and I can say it, and I'm not ashamed. I'm the broken one. Mm. I'm a broken man. Yeah. I mean, I really am. I am a broken man. And I'm just holding myself together with Scotch tape, not even adhesive glue. I'm just holding myself together with Scotch tape. But I just got to do it for my family, Like I said a while ago, I suffer in silence. I don't let nobody know what I'm going through. Mm-hmm. I just have to deal with it myself. But I'm here to tell you, and I'm not ashamed, I'm a broken man.
What makes a broken man?
It's just you dealing with the weight of the world, personal, business-wise, career-wise. Mm-hmm. I mean, just being at home and those brief moments being on stage and a couple of people recognizing me from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And then to the younger comics, not knowing who the fuck I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, looking back, reflecting on my career, some of the choices that I've made.
Yeah.
And all of that, you know, I know I should be a lot further than I am in where I'm at in my career. The choices in my personal life with women who I chose to let get close to me, who I chose to get in relationships with.
Yeah.
You know, I came to find out that I like them more than they like me. And that was a problem.
Yeah.
You know, so I suffered and I ignored a lot of red flags. So yeah,
Like Ricky C. in Oakland.
Yeah, so I was, you know, I was
I'm
cheated
sorry,
on.
David C.
You know, my last 2 relationships, I was cheated on. You know, and especially the last one that I just got out of, I saw the red flags, but I ignored them because I liked her a lot.
Okay.
Before she liked me, you know, and that's been.
So was it love or like?
It was like I liked her, then I fell in love with her.
Okay.
But she didn't like me at first, and that was the problem. A lot of people can, you know, in the relationships, a lot of women, they can be in love with you, but not necessarily like you.
Yeah.
And I had always said that in this past relationship, I said, I feel that, you know, I know you love me, and I know that you are in love with me, but at times I feel like you just don't like me. And that's a big component in a relationship. 2 people have to, first off, start liking each other. You can't go into a relationship lopsided, one liking the other and the other not liking that person.
But I don't feel she felt the same way. If you say, I know you love me.
No, but it's a difference of loving someone and liking someone.
I got that part.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, she doesn't come back and say, you're right at that moment. It's not.
No, she doesn't.
Right.
No. I mean, I tried in the beginning of our relationship, you know, I tried to walk down the street and hold her hand. And she like pulling, and she's like, what the fuck, are we in high school? And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, what if that squirrel see me?
So, I mean, it was just a lot of things. So, yeah. So, I'm, you know, like, you know, I'm pulling myself together for the strength of my mom and my brother. I have, like, no relationship with my older brother. You know, I have no relationship with my older brother. He doesn't want to be involved with the family anymore.
Okay.
So he sends text messages like, you know, I have shit to do with y'all. That's y'all shit. But my mom said, he gave me some good news today. Like, he reconciliated with his daughter.
Okay.
So he'll be out here this weekend to visit his daughter and his grandkids.
Okay.
So, and they, you know, and it's funny too, because I love my niece and my and my little nieces.
Yeah.
But since they moved out though, they don't fuck with me no more.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. That broken dude?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, and then when I call her, she's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, oh, now you busy now. Oh, okay.
For sure.
Yeah, y'all, you ain't got time to check in on your uncle now. No, it's not that. Don't say that. So it's good. So
It's your brother calling now.
yeah, it's him calling now. Call her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way of the world.
Go ahead.
Call her. Is your phone broken or are you broken?
Nah, it be y'all phone that's broken. And get somebody else to answer the phone, man. I want to call in and hear a woman's voice or something. Yeah.
Oh, wow. D, switch up. You want to hear that AI voice?
They be like, Morris Media Studio. I was like, they be like, why we calling for the show, nigga?
There you go.
Put me on the show.
What's up, player?
Hey,
DJ
Jeff.
out there Vegas.
What's up, money?
Hey, look, Jeff, I just want to give you some words of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing, it sounds like what your problem is, your self-esteem is low.
Nah, it's there.
And I don't know why that is, but as a man, it should not be that way. It should never be that way. You know a whole bunch of motherfuckers that didn't make it as far as you made it.
Yeah.
You know a whole bunch of people that's not alive no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, my
that
self-esteem
didn't even
is-
make it to the age you made it to.
Yeah, my self-esteem is up there. It's just the toll and the weight of
Damn,
everything.
you low. I could barely hear you. Can you turn y'all up real quick?
No, it's just the weight and the toll of everything that comes down because everyone turns to me and like, you know, I'm supposed to have that strength for everybody. And
You're
it's
a
just
man. Of course you're supposed to.
Yeah, but it takes a toll on you at sometimes and it's like you ain't supposed to see it. Like I was raised with my dad, and it stuck with me. It's like my dad was like, a man should never cry. It's like that's wasted water.
Yeah.
You know that's wasted water. You know, what are you crying for? Figure it out. So I've always been a problem solver. Go ahead.
I believe that too. I don't believe that there's nothing wrong with that because as a man, I'm a problem solver, right?
Right.
If my girl, if my kids, if my mom comes to me with a problem, nigga, we both gonna sit there and cry about the shit.
No,
we gonna.
yeah.
I'm a problem solver. I'm gonna figure out the solution to it.
Right.
So me sitting up crying, it's not gonna help. Now, unless somebody died, it's crying not gonna help or fix nothing. Like, let me figure out how to fix it.
Right. No, I have that same mentality. You know, I look at it like, you know, when people ask me like, good morning, like, how you doing? My response is like, I woke up this morning, so I ain't mad at nobody. I feel great. And you right. You absolutely right. And I say it on stage a lot too. 60, I'm 64. So 60 is a hard number to get to.
Hard as hell.
Yeah. And you got to get there looking the way I look. I'm fit and all of that. I'm in shape, all of that.
Well,
I can probably outwalk
round
you.
is a shape.
Yeah. My cardio is probably better than yours. Yeah, my cardio is probably better than yours.
I guess.
Wait a minute, DJ out there, Vegas. He went from a broken man to challenging you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga gonna challenge me some of this cardio better.
Yeah.
Nigga, my stain better than yours, nigga. But nah, I ain't gonna do you like that. But you know what I'm saying? As a man, it's like we have a job.
Exactly.
Women got their job, but as men, yeah, we got a job. I'm gonna do my fucking job, and I'm not gonna drop the ball. All of that, woe is me, feeling sorry for myself. Hell nah. Like, I'm gonna get out there and get it. I am who I am, and I am that I am. I'm the truth. I'm the living, breathing truth, the example. I don't give a fuck if it's a war outside. I don't give a fuck if a tornado coming, tear down my motherfucking house. I'm still a man and the man, and I'm gonna knock this shit. I'm never gonna fold.
There you go.
I don't give a fuck if they try to give me 100 years and throw me under the dungeon. They never gonna see me break. They never gonna see me sweat. They never gonna see me cry. You feel me?
There you
and
go.
It's like, we all are accomplished. Like, nigga, we here. We feeding our family. There's no reason to have low self-esteem. But if you walk in with a broad next time and you try to hold her motherfucking hand and she tell you some shit like she said, nigga, bounce.
With the quickness.
Like, what woman even talks like that? What woman even treats her man like that?
The one he was with.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like,
so,
nigga, what was... And that's why you went through that, is because your self-esteem was low and you allowed that shit. You should have been like, hold on, like, I don't deal with no motherfucking tough-ass women, bitch. If you ain't feminine and romantic around this motherfucker, then we ain't compatible. Bitch, you gonna hold my hand if that's what I want to do. You
That
know
part.
what I'm saying? Like, what kind of
touche.
shit is that?
You know, but you
was
live in...
you was fucking with a gang?
No, you live and you learn, though. But I appreciate the advice, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you in Vegas all the time, DJ. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, don't
Thank
be
you.
out here getting used like the dude that wrote the letter and shit. I can't believe that. He thinks he getting used. Nigga, if you think you being used, nigga, be a man and tell that bitch, nah, check this out, bitch. If you ain't got $80 for your light bill, then you better get some candles around that motherfucker. This is not a homeless shelter. I'm not finna take care of your ass. You gotta come with something. Have some prerequisites when you're dealing with these women. Don't let them just come around just because they cute and they ass is fat and then titties look suckable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Have some prerequisites about yourself.
100%.
But that's it, man. I'm out, Charles.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
DJ out there, Vegas, with the
All
word
right,
of the
later.
night: prerequisites.
All right, man.
Prerequisites.
Yeah, it's been a great show, man. Thank you all for tuning
Well,
in.
not to the end. A broken man over here.
Yeah, I'm good though, man.
We started off well.
I'm good, man. I just, hey, that's just who I am, man. I ain't got no problem putting my vulnerability out there. I know who I am. I'm strong. I'm good, man. I wake up every morning. I feel great, bro.
You telling yourself.
Skateboard D, can we get an AI to fill in next week?
Right.
There you go. There you go. All right.
All right, y'all.
We got some shout outs to give. Donations.
We'll let Poetess handle that, I think.
Okay. All right, guys.
I guess, right? Let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how to look at that. So shout out to everybody.
Hear that
who
nigga
donated.
mouse over there clicking like crazy.
Shout out to everybody who donated. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. And if you hadn't donated yet, be sure to. And we're out this bitch. Peace, everybody.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. Fuck.
The following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.